Candace Parker just broke the unwritten rule of the WNBA, and now she's in the crosshairs. But here's the twist. Parker didn't just accidentally step into the spotlight. She walked in, stood in the middle, and dared the mob to come for her. In the next few minutes, you'll see the exact comment that lit up social media, how ESPN is bending the numbers to hide Clark's impact, why Angel Reese's name is suddenly in the middle of this storm, and how this fight could literally shape the WNBA's future. And what Parker says at the end will have you shouting, "Finally, someone said it." Stick around, because we're going to break down every little detail. Let's get this out of the way. Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's generational. 4th in MVP voting as a rookie, single-season assists record as a rookie, Time Athlete of the Year in sports, not just women's basketball. That's not hype, that's the stat sheet. But here's the rule. You can't say that out loud without immediately adding, "and every other player is just as important." Skip that part, and you're accused of dividing the league. Parker? She skipped it, on purpose. And what happened next? The old guard pounced, but not before ESPN pulled a little trick you need to see. Here's where things get shady. The WNBA All-Star Game happened this year, without Clark playing. Ratings? Down 36% compared to last year. But did ESPN say that? Nope. They compared this year to 2023. Why skip the most relevant year? Because showing the 36% drop would prove the Caitlin Clark effect is real and massive. This wasn't an accident. It's PR, selective stats. Hide the inconvenient year, and you can pretend everything's fine without her. Candace Parker saw that, and she called it out. But then came the part that really set off the fireworks, when Angel Reese's name got brought into the mix. Angel Reese is a star. She's a brand builder. She's got charisma. She's marketable. But on the court, she's not in Caitlin Clark's economic or talent tier. That's not opinion. That's reality.
And so I ask again, are you taking Angel above Paige? Are you taking Angel above Arike? Are you taking Angel above Sabrina or Kelsey or Caitlin or Asia or Nafisa or Brianna? No.
Candace Parker said it out loud. Ranked Clark A tier. Ranked Reese C tier. Not as an insult, but as an evaluation of her ability to carry a team right now. And that's when all hell broke loose. Fans flooded social media calling Candace out of touch and jealous. Cheryl Swoops hinted she shouldn't even come to Chicago. The truth didn't matter. The receipts didn't matter, like the fact Reese's team only moved games to a 20,000-seat arena when Clark was the opponent. Feelings beat facts, and the mob moved in. But they weren't done yet. With Clark sidelined for most of the season, the vultures started circling. ESPN's Carolyn Peck floated the idea that the Fever might be better without her because she's ball dominant. Sounds spicy, until you see the numbers. With Caitlin, 8-5 record. Without Caitlin, 9-9 record. Game over. But that didn't stop the narrative. It kept spreading. Parker? She shut it down. Explained that yes, other players step up when a star is out, but long-term, you're not better without your franchise player. And she wasn't done. She had one more target in sight, and it was the WNBA All-Star Game. Imagine this. Players wear "Pay us what you owe us" shirts, then deliver the slowest, least competitive All-Star game in years. Parker? She didn't hold back.
Because the game, I'm going to be honest with you, Leah, it was awful. But
What do you mean?
the actual game? Are you kidding me?
She called it a wasted opportunity, the kind of moment that could have built momentum for the pay movement, but instead sent viewers running for the remote. And here's the kicker. Without Clark on the sideline keeping fans engaged as a bench coach and media presence, those ratings could have been even worse. Parker knew it. Fans knew it. The league pretended not to. And that's when you realize this isn't just about Clark. This is about the WNBA deciding whether it wants to grow or stay in its comfort zone. Candace Parker is a 2-time MVP, Finals MVP, and Olympic gold medalist. She doesn't need to say any of this, but she's saying it because she's been around long enough to know how rare this moment is. The WNBA has never had a player who moves the needle like Caitlin Clark. Ticket sales, ratings, merch, social engagement, all through the roof. Ignore that? You're throwing away the biggest growth wave in league history. And here's the scary part. Parker's one of the only legends saying this out loud. Most staying quiet, playing it safe, or worse, feeding the anti-Clark narrative. The backlash Parker's getting says everything. It's coming from the same people who say, respect the legends. Parker is a legend, and instead of sitting in her retirement glow, she's taking arrows for telling the truth. That's leadership. That's the difference between protecting egos and protecting the future of the league. But here's where it gets interesting, and where Carolyn Peck should start sweating. Because if Clark comes back healthy and the Fever start winning, the better without her narrative is going to implode, live on national TV. You can't spin this. Ticket sales jump when Clark plays. Ratings spike when Clark plays. The internet lights up when Clark plays. When she returned against the Liberty, it was one of the most electric games of the year. Millions tuned in. That will happen again, and again, and again. The question is, will the league embrace it, or let the mob keep tearing her down? Candace Parker said it best. You can't just say stuff. In this day and age, we have a lot of people that are just saying stuff. She's not here for empty takes. She's here for reality. And reality is simple. The WNBA has never had a bigger growth opportunity than Caitlin Clark, and wasting it would be the dumbest move in league history. Drop a Parker in the comments so Candace knows you've got her back, because right now, she's taking the heat for saying what most people are too scared to say.